What's up YouTube? My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a tour in my Minecraft world, starting from the very north to the very south and kind of going in a circle of how I've made progress in this world. So let's start with the north. The most northern build on this server is this Stonehenge right here. And it's the first of its kind. I still haven't built another one anywhere else, but I intend to at some point build another Stonehenge. So about a year ago, I built that. Here's a watchtower up in the north. There's a bed inside and a crafting table, so I can kind of hunker down in the middle of the night and craft some things if I was still up here. And as you can see here, I've chopped down every birch tree in this biome, virtually speaking. There's a dinosaur skull made out of copper and granite. That's like everything over there. It's been done over about a year. So let's go finish the tour. There's this nice little road here that can take us in town. Here's a sheep and cow farm. It was the first one in this world. Built it about a year ago as well. Here's a nice little bridge. Diagonal bridge. That's what it looks like underneath. And here's my first house in this world. Not my first Minecraft house ever, but in this world. And what's so interesting about this is that 3 red mushrooms spawned close together, close enough together to where I could build like a little house out of it. And that's exactly what I did. There's a bed in the very top of this building. There used to be more books in here and an enchantment table, but I took them out and relocated them. Let's take a look at from the outside. See? Pretty nice. Here's my first wizard tower. It's got the new moon, a half moon, a full moon, and a crescent as the main shape of the build. Wizard tower, enchanting towers on the full moon. There's not much up here. I didn't get a chance to use this building a whole lot before I switched base locations, so I didn't end up using this building a whole lot. There's a platform that if there's ever a mod for casting spells or anything like that, you can cast it from up here. But I don't have any mods right now. Infinite water source. Gotta be careful up here, but you know. Looting. Might have to come back here soon. Oop, almost fell. So that was the wizard tower. Moving on, we have some farms. Potato, carrot, wheat, watermelon, sugarcane. It's a fancy tower right here. I think it's the tallest building on this side of the lake. Not sure, but I think it is. So we were over there. That was the first watchtower I showed you. And we've since moved south into what I call Saturn Prime, is the first village / town that I started developing. There's a bakery right here. Smokers. Bamboo blocks were used as fuel early on, but I don't really live here right now, so I've been using lava buckets elsewhere. These are tree houses. Whoops. Let's see if I can even get up here. Yeah. I like these tree houses. One of these trees is actually the spawn location. So I decided to develop the area and build all these tree houses so that way if I ever lose my bed or it gets destroyed or removed, I can respawn pretty quickly in an area that has a lot of defense, a lot of torches placed, a lot of supplies, gear. Things would be easier to get to now than they were when I first joined the game. When I first started playing this world, I died like 15 times in a row because I just wasn't placing torches or taking precautions, and I kept dying, but I wasn't going for a hardcore world anyway, so. I like the narrow pathways. I didn't used to, but I like them now. Here's a bridge. Fancy bridge. Here's an old reference, if you're familiar with the Rooster Teeth gang. Some statues. Forgot. I'm always meant to come back here and place blocks right here, but I forgot. Here's a shrine. It's the 2-week phase. And now this is Athena's temple. Those were the tree houses. There's a church over there that I forgot to go show in a beet farm. But we can see them from here with the spyglass. So, nothing too serious. Over here, we have a temple to Saturn. July 8th, 2025. So over a year ago. And I usually like to donate stuff in these locations. Even if it's just a little bit of junk. Interesting build. Here is the town hall. This is Saturn Prime. That's the name of the town. Here's an early map of the area. Has pretty much everything from Saturn Prime located on it. Here's some things I've been forgetting to do because I don't really operate out of this area anymore, so I don't read these signs, but I need to do some of these, so I'm gonna quickly record. Let's go back later and do some of these. Okay. There's a food vendor. Little food vendor. And a gazebo. And we're heading south to look at this port. Here's another bridge. Pretty nice bridge, if you ask me. Now, if we keep going south, we'll hit Port Loki, named after the superhero / supervillain on in the Marvel series, in the TV show Loki. Here's some boats. Here's another boat. Whoops. Some beach houses. And the reason why it looks like this, kind of all run down, is because there's a scene from Loki season 2 where they're in 1800 Chicago. And it kind of slightly resembles this, I guess. That's what I thought at the time. And so I built this to kind of like justify building a separate base on the other side of the lake, which I did. If I can find a boat, I'll show you. Because in the TV show, there's a scene where they take like a steamboat ferry across the lake to his laboratory. And that's what we're doing right now in Minecraft. Lighten up the port a little bit. It was kind of dark. Didn't want anything spawning down here while we're over here. Here's a steamboat. It's got a redstone engine. Interesting. This is the town of Mobius, named after another character from the Loki TV show. Here's a storage room. Not much in here at this time. I'll just kind of float from town to town doing work every now and then. Right now I'm working over there at that thing. This is the town hall. Almost forgot. Oops. Now, here's a really cool redstone mechanic. Hasn't all regrown yet, but kind of goes like that. Probably shouldn't be out here at night because this area isn't fully secure. There's skeletons spawning over there. I was just messing around with a bunch of redstone last year. I mean, it made sense that this was going to be the sciencey redstone laboratory type city there's a character from Loki that experiments a lot. It has to do with science. So, building all these redstone machines was kind of necessary. Whoops. Neat. There's a McDonald's down there. We're gonna go check that out. Here's an automatic wheat farm. Show you how it works real quick. Interesting. As you may have guessed, there's a scene with a McDonald's in Loki, so that's why this was built over here. Plenty of food. Some shelves. An oven thing. Tables for prepping food. Bathroom. So that's the McDonald's. Down that way, I used to mine a bunch of sand for TNT, but I ran out of sand there, so I don't go there anymore. Here's the laboratory. So this is like styled after Victor Timely's lab from Loki. There's still a lot of supplies left over. I'll take these rails because I think I need them for the next project I want to do. Right out here, there's a statue of Victor Timely. He who remains. I left my boat somewhere else. Okay, we're almost done with the tour. There's just one last location I want to show you guys, and it's the World Trade Center mob farm. Basically, I had a mob farm way up there that looks really out of the ordinary, and I was tired of looking at it just floating there in the sky. So I built a skyscraper that encases it, and basically you can't tell that it's a mob farm anymore, but it does look like a building that's supposed to be here. Whoops. I just got done chopping down a bunch of birch trees from this area. These buildings are empty right now. They won't be forever. I'm going to fill them up eventually. That one's not finished, obviously. There's no windows or anything, but when I get there, you'll probably see it in a future episode. I'm working on it. I'm gonna go check out the mob farm. Storage level. Got a Fortunate 3 pick to mine all my ores. Now I take back with Silk Touch. Here's the library. Beds. Still didn't know what to add here, so I just left a bunch of beds here. Chicken farm. Okay, moving on. Here's just the first farm. I have another farm that's just wheat. In the north tower. Here's my workshop. And this is the armory. You can just quickly grab a bunch of arrows and a bow. The reason why I built this room was because early on in the development of the skyscraper, my mob farm blew up and a bunch of creepers were let loose, and I just couldn't gain control of the tower right off the bat. It took me a while to clear all the mobs. So, anyways. Okay. So there's a lot of farms, a lot of natural farms, and also an infinite lava source. I can get about 2 stacks of birch wood per chop in this floor. It's all dirt, but it's alright. Spruce trees. This is my XP farm. There's 3 levels, 3 floors of just junk. I've been using this mob farm a lot. I'm gonna need this bone meal, these bones for bone meals, so I'm taking them while I can. Let's go check out the North Tower, and then that'll be pretty much the entire tour. And I hope to see you guys again in the future on another tour update. But for now, this will pretty much be it. So as you can see here, this is where I keep all my cows and my sheep. Here's the map floor. So this is Saturn Prime, Port Loki, Mobius, and the World Trade Center. It's pretty cool. Haven't done anything with this floor yet. Here is my wheat farm. The big wheat farm. Here's a kelp farm. It's kind of inefficient. It's hard to get all the kelp out of it without taking drown damage. But I'm working on it. Here is the nether portal level. Our nether base is on the other side of this portal. It's not that elaborate. It looks really crappy, to be honest, so I'm not going to go show it off right now, but in the future I want to have a proper nether base. And proper nether highways and stuff like that, so... Is a little bee box. Originally on the World Trade Center there was a art project that a bunch of artists pulled off in the very top floors of one of the towers, the North Tower, I think. And they cut away part of the window to build a platform balcony that kind of extended outward, and that's why I built this right here. That's a little Easter egg to the original World Trade Center. Here's my sugarcane farm and another spruce. And we're almost done. Here's the restaurant, Windows of the World, Windows on the World, or whatever. Can't really see down there right now with all these clouds, but this is the very top of the North Tower. I'm gonna build underwater buildings eventually. But for right now, that's pretty much the whole tour. Pretty much everything to see here. Besides this little underwater bunker. Let me know what you guys think. This was about a year of progress in Minecraft, all this nonsense. Let me know what you think, if there's anything I should add, or if there's something that you guys have to mention, or any tips or tricks are 100% welcome. I welcome the conversation in the chat, but at the same time, you know, there will be more in the future to talk about, so don't forget. Stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video.